No touching.
No touching.
No touching.
No touching. No touching. Apparently, that's the best course of action when it comes to sexual respect. Yesterday, actually, I neglected to tell you guys about the one session we had that was the most awkward. We had to talk about sexual respect, sexual assault, because here at this school, it's kind of a big deal. When we had to discuss with the people next to us, it's pretty awkward because half of us are from outside America. And for those people, sexual assault isn't really a topic often approached in their countries. First of all, we didn't really define what sexual assault was, what could be perceived as sexual assault. We had previous sessions where, we got the feels after a really deep discussion about inclusion. But yesterday we just got everybody down. And today we revisited that. So today when we had our homeroom discussions about sexual respect, a lot of us had no idea how to really approach it because there's different cultures that have different customs. For example, some of the South Americans and Europeans talked about how when they meet someone for the first time, they go in for the double kiss, right? I think it's 2 cheeks. I've never done it myself, actually. Some other people don't touch at all, especially in Asia or something, right? So what do you do in that kind of situation? Apparently, the best course of action is no touching. There really isn't a right and wrong. It really depends on context. I guess that kind of relates to the ethics discussion we had this afternoon from the CEO, the former CEO of Deloitte Global. Mr. Salzberg talked about how we could approach an ethical dilemma especially when we're facing doing business in a country with different laws. We still have to be mindful of America's corporate something act. Oh my God, I can't remember. Maybe I would have remembered better if I had done the case study reading beforehand, but sad to say, I didn't know about it until 5 minutes before the session started. Oh, nose is so itchy today. It's unusually warm here. So, broke out the t-shirt because it's just hot inside. These ethical dilemmas and cultural differences really puts us in a gray area that we're most likely going to be in the future if we do international business. So thinking about what's right in different contexts, it'll be a work in progress as we learn over the next year and a half, I guess. This morning's class was actually pretty interesting. First of all, they were geniuses for putting on a class the morning right after our crazy party last night. So about 5 people in our cluster were late this morning. Big surprise there. They got to sit in the hot seat later on. So it was all worth it for laughs. Our first leadership class had a professor who used to be at another great business school known as Kellogg, talked about what it really means to be a leader in different kinds of situations, how to inspire people, what are some qualities that we look for in inspirational leaders and not in frustrating leaders. Thus began the first session of our week-long block scheduling class. I still have homework to do after this video, but that should be pretty short. So that means I get to sleep early tonight, hopefully before midnight for the first time all week. So about 2 weeks ago, actually, before I thought of this YouTube series idea, I actually had the gumption to attempt to learn Russian. This was actually my original half an hour a day investment in myself because I wanted to learn the language of America's enemy, of course. Nah, just kidding. There's a lot of people who speak Russian in the world, and I think having a bridge to go over that gap is going to be so useful. Maybe even when I graduate from this program in 2018, I'll go to Russia just in time for the World Cup that summer. So this is why I've even told my Russian cluster mates to keep me on task. But today was actually the first time I looked over the Russian learning material since 5 days ago. And I haven't worked out in almost a week. So tomorrow morning, I'm hoping I can get up early enough to make that happen. But it takes commitment on the daily if you're really looking to accomplish what you want, what you set out to do in the beginning. Like I said, it's not going to be easy keeping up everything with my busy schedule, but I think it's really healthy for me to take this time to reflect on what I'm doing every day, to share my experience, to hopefully eventually get other people to come on and share their experiences as well. Because this is such a cool environment that not everyone's going to get to see. That actually, I'll say, are very selective. The one percenters are only going to get to see. Oh my God. Am I on track to become a one percenter?